Welcome back, Knights of Dragaria, to channel Veracity Trigger. We're going to be covering Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia again. It's been a little bit of time, but we're going to go ahead and finish off the Holy Gustav Empire.
And as usual, stay triggered. Pew pew pew.
Okay, so let's start up talking about Hazarov. He is a tongue twister for my vocabulary. Hazarov is a male, age 46, class Viking, commander of the northern region of the Holy Gustav Empire. He is the uncle of the 13th Emperor Tim Gustav and one of the strongest warriors in the Empire. A condescending man by nature, he often belittles Tim by claiming he could not have achieved his position without his uncle's help. He has a weakness for drinking every time he gets drunk, and every time he gets drunk, he complains about how difficult ruling the northern region is, demanding that Tim share his wealth and send him beautiful women. So this sounds very much like my uncle as well, and so I feel for Tim in that sense. Anyways, he is a class Viking. Vikings are very powerful in this game. The only problem with that, there's only two characters here, Hazarov and one other guy, which I think is on the Morelva team. And the problem with them is their agility is so bad. Their agility is really, really low. So this is just not good. So I'll just point it out here, but you can see the agility there. A 41, not very good. It's pretty terrible, actually. So there is a certain way to play with this type of character, and I'll share it with you in a second here. But you get an axe, you get heavy armor, you get a heavy helmet, and a ring up there. You are a 3 red orbed attacker. You're a fire element. Although, as a Viking, you have movement through water. So your movement terrain, your preferred terrain right over here on this side is water. Room power 230. That's pretty good, although you can get better with other characters. And so as you see, the command range is 4, which is actually very good. So he's kind of one of those characters you can bring extra monsters and stuff, which is perfect for him because of the special condition of which I will get into in a second. You need that extra command range. It's very, very helpful. I know maybe some people don't think you do, but to be honest, you really, really do. Character growth is E, because we're already in the 20s, so really right now it doesn't matter. Rune growth is C, so that's okay, but 4 EC is just kind of meh. Anyways, hit points. This guy is a tank. If you're thinking about Final Fantasy XIV, if you're the warrior class, this is that guy. 800 bones of HP, amazing. Hardly any MP to speak of, just 110. For me, right now, that's all I've got. Attack 165 is pretty good. Defense 110, strength, intelligence is really, really low. So this guy cannot handle magic damage of almost any kind. It's very, very bad for that. He's got good mobility. So what are some of the things you get as a Viking? You get feint immunity, so if a giant punches you or another Viking comes along and tries to hit you, they cannot stun you for any reason. Counter damage up to S. Now this is the one good quality that you really, really want to have. Now if you're gonna equip him with gear, see if you can find gear that boosts his agility. That is the most important thing. You might think the attack is, and maybe if you like spike damage, that could be good. But if you can boost the agility, then you can guarantee the hits, and that's what you need for this character in particular. Now you got 4 basic skills here. Raging Crush, that's a normal attack, which is actually very good power. It's a lot higher than the standard power, 145. You get an accuracy plus 8. I know, accuracy plus 8, that's nice. But that's the only accuracy boost you get, the basic attack. Now, when I said preferred terrain water, you want to put him, if you have a terrain where you're crossing a little bridge with a little stream, put him in the stream next to the bridge. The enemies will come surround him, they'll get around him, they'll do what they have to do with that, and your preferred terrain will help you with agility. Just saying. So, here we go. That doesn't cost you a thing, by the way. Fury Blow. Now this is 40, minus 40 accuracy. Very much like the fighter class, where you do the next attack up and it has a massive drop in accuracy, but it's very powerful. So this is one of the most powerful attacks you can do. 250 power potency here. So 50% chance of inflicting feint as well, which is really, really nice. Now it does cost you 40 bucks of MP. And with 110, you can only do that twice. If you had a little bit more, if you had 120, you could do that 3 times. But you only have 2 times for this guy. So put on some gear, Try to get some accuracy. If you can't get that, then go for MP. You could go for attack. You could go for HP to make him just like a super fleshy tank, and you know, HP tank, whatever. You could try that. Now this is one of those skills that's really, really nice. This one in particular. This is why agility doesn't matter. But every other situation, you're going to need agility for attacks. If you get into water, you place yourself in the water. You can do a disaster swing around yourself. Everything surrounding yourself will get hit for 120 power. It's not as strong as this, but it's a guaranteed hit, and you will hit it. So you bring a healer in a team, bring him in the back, maybe bring loop heal for him, which would be perfect right off the bat. Loop heal him, and then heal him periodically when he needs it. That's a really good way to go. Plus, put protect spells on him. That'd be perfect too. He's in the water, constantly boom, boom, boom. Disaster swing over and over again. You'll just keep reaping rewards. I'm serious. This is a fantastic move. Doesn't cost you any agility. There's no downsides. I know there's a dash there, but there's no... Basically, never misses. Doesn't cost you a thing. Will hit ground and sky. Perfect move. Now, here's another move too. This is one of the ones... This is another reason why you want to be there too. Raging Hurricane. This is a pre-move as well. All these three here are pre-moves, so you got to stand there for one turn to be able to do it. Deals massive damage to all units within a 1 hex radius, never misses. 10% chance of inflicting fate. Now, remember before when we looked at this one's 50% chance? That one's really nice, but the only way you can actually pull this off is you've got to get like a Wyvern or a Hellhound or something that could get up behind the enemy and chain them in. This is when you really, really want to damage the one guy. This is for single attacks. You really want to damage one guy, but make sure they're chained by some other monster or knight or something. Anything will do. And then you can pull this skill off, and it's very powerful. And you might even feint them too. I know it's 50% chance. It does seem to happen about 80% of the time. Now, the Raging Hurricane, that could happen 10%. It's a very small percentage. It's not that great. This is for single kills because it's 250. This is for multi-kills, multi-hits. But this is the same thing as Disaster Swing, except for it does cost you all your MP, 100 MP, because you can see he doesn't have a lot of MP. You're pretty much just going to, it's a one-time use and you're done. You might have enough MP with gear to have maybe do a Fury Blow. Maybe. But this one is 200 power, it's 3 orbs, it's fantastic, and that's why you want to be in the front lines, preferably standing on the train of water. Now, it's weird in this game that you start off with the Barbarian, Berserker, and Indigo Viking, and the first 2 classes are all land classes, and the third one is water. I don't know why they do that, but that's what happens. Apparently because now you're a Viking, you're just best in the water, obviously. So anyways, that's pretty much it for Hazarov in a nutshell. How would you really use him? Well, yeah, keep him with Wyverns, Hellhounds, something that can get around and like proc his ability to pincer the enemy together. If you can pincer them, you can chain them together, then you can use his Fury Blow on some massive monster in a very good way. That'll be good. But if you really can't get that and you're a little afraid to go into battle, do too much battle, then just set up for Raging Hurricane. Let them come attack you, be 3 spaces around you, maybe 4. Even if they chain you in, if you got a good loop heal and you got a good healing system going on, you can handle that, because this dude's got 800 bones of hit points. He's got 800 hit points. And you put a little bit of gear on him, just raise up his defense, raise up his HP, and his agility too. He's just going to be so much better. But he's kind of one of the starting, you know, he's sort of one of the starting main guys that you can use. So he's kind of an established knight, but he's not that great. He's okay. It's kind of a swing or the miss here with this guy. Really, you're just going in there with an HP guy. Just a tank, really. Just think about it like a tank right off the bat. But if you can pull off some good skills, you know, think about how you can do that. I don't know how I ended up doing this, but anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for him. There's not much else really to write home about. He's alright. You know, the best kind of team you can put him with is basically a healer. So I think Ginger would be fine for a healer, or any other kind of healer. Probably the other... There is another healer here. that we just did talk about. If you can find another healer that's not that great, pair him with Hazarov, because then you can do okay in that sense. If you can loop heal him, it's probably the best, because loop heal is based upon HP totals, and this guy having 800 HP is going to get back about 80 points a turn. I think it's about 80 points a turn, or is it just 5%? Let me look at this again here. Let me look at... Oh, that's right. They don't come with Lupios. That's right. I forgot. Anyways, 10%. Yes, 80 points per turn. So if you can find a bishop or something like that to give loop heals, I think angels do loop heals as well. So probably pit him with an angel or a bishop if you can. I know it's a little bit difficult right off the bat because you're kind of in Holy Gustav Empire territory, which isn't all that holy when it comes to monsters. I mean, you might find a space where you can buy one of those, an angel, or, you know, if you rent out a bishop from a quest, then that would be best for him. Otherwise, it's pretty much all I have for you here with this particular character. He's okay. He's okay. I use him, so how I do this is I use him beginning game, and end game I end up switching to someone else because the stats are just, they're all right, but you can make somebody better. He's like one of those initial beginning game characters that'll help you get through the first part of the game, and then later on you're trying to figure out how you want to flesh out your team. And then he just really, for me, he just gets put on defense. But if you really like to use this character, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. And let me know if my face isn't too much in the way of these videos. Or you know, that's the reason I haven't done it for these videos, because there's so much technical information to go through. I just didn't want to cover everything up while I'm trying to explain things. So anyways, stay triggered, my friends. I'll see you in the next Brigandine episode or any other video episode thereof. Have a good one.